When I was a little boy, my mom and I were pals. My biggest problem was my pal worked nights at the telephone company, and many days went by where I didn't actually get to see my mom. So I looked forward to her days off. On those days, she would be awake when I got home from school, and we would spend time together. I used to live for those days. I went to a Catholic school, Epiphany at 25th and Keeler. In Chicago's Catholic schools of the 1950s, left-handedness was seen as a sign of the devil himself. And the nuns were bound and determined to remove from me any notion of being left-handed. The problem was I was very left-handed. I couldn't write with my right hand to save my soul. And that's what the nuns thought they were doing, saving my soul. One day, exasperated with their attempts at trying to change my hand, the nuns sent me home from school early with an exercise to write with my right hand. My grandmother supervised as I sat, and I tried to accomplish my task, but the more I tried and the more I failed, the more frustrated I became. I broke into tears, sobbing. My mom, who was asleep because she had to work that night, was woke by my crying, so she came downstairs to see what was the matter. She asked me why I was home from school so early, and I told her. She gave me a hug, reassured me everything was going to be all right, then told me to gather my school stuff together while she went back upstairs and got dressed. We left the house and walked the mile or so to Epiphany. During the long walk down Keeler Avenue, I fell behind a bit once or twice, and I could see my mom was pissed. When Mom was angry, she had a way of swinging her arms stiff with her hand flat out, palmed out, ready to spank. You could see that from a distance, and when you saw that hand, you knew it was time to hide. We got to the corner at school, and instead of turning west on 25th Street to go to the school, we stayed on Keeler. We walked past the church. Each step we took carried us closer and closer to the rectory. Monsignor Cummings was a tall, slender man with bushy black eyebrows that gave him a dark countenance and scared the dickens out of every kid in school. Mom rang the bell at the rectory, and when the housekeeper asked, she said she wanted to see Monsignor. Then Mom refused to enter the rectory, saying she wanted Monsignor to come to the door. By then I was ready to wet myself. Monsignor came to the door, glowering, I thought, but he listened patiently as Mom told him what had happened that day and on other days. And then she said, and I clearly remember this, I don't work my fingers to the bone to pay the tuition to send him to school here to have those holier than thou bitches send him home because he's left-handed. I had never heard my mom talk like that before. I didn't think anyone anywhere could or would talk to Monsignor like that. And I didn't know what that term meant, but I knew instinctively it was not nice. Monsignor said, quietly, much to my surprise, he'd see to it immediately. Mom gave me a kiss, walked away from the rectory, arms stiff, hand out, leaving a "You be good, Louis" over her shoulder. I love you. Monsignor took me by the hand, walked me over to the school, set me down in a chair outside Sister Rosamunda's office, the school principal. I sat there kicking my feet wildly. I really had to go pee. Monsignor opened the door and entered Sister's office. I distinctly remember the sound of the rosary beads as the nuns in the office jumped to attention upon Monsignor's entrance. A few moments later, I was escorted back to class. with a mercy stop at the boys' lavatory. Nothing was ever said to me again about the hand I used to write. I learned from my mom that if you speak out in defense of what you know to be right, people will listen, even Monsignor Cummings. Which, as a child, was a valuable lesson